Alrighty, we are back with an old move from our playbook. It's take the awesome aspiring spike pile of the day. This one is exploiting a wonderful bit of synergy that Faithless Brewing tried to do once upon a time, and is a tweak on Spike's previous Jeskai Flagfire deck. So what do we got going on here? We've got Blood Sun and Lotus Field. So it was noticed that Blood Sun, this enchantment from Rivals of Ixalan, which is 2 in red, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, says all lands lose all abilities except for mana abilities, interacts very favorably with Lotus Field. Lotus Field has hexproof, and it says when it enters the battlefield tapped, and when it enters the battlefield sacrifice 2 lands, it taps for 3 mana of any one color. Now, most of the time, people have been exploiting this by untapping it, either in a combo deck to go off in a single turn. The Underworld Breach deck in Pioneer was all about this card. There was a Twiddlestorm deck in Modern. So everyone realized that untapping this land can net you max value on mana. But playing it with Blood Sun allows you to circumvent the downsides, both of it coming into play tapped and having to sacrifice 2 lands. So what are we going to do with that? Well, Spike figured out that you can put this into a shell that contains Flagstones of Trokair and Cleansing Wildfire. So Flagstones is something you can sacrifice the Lotus Field if you don't have a Blood Sun in play, so that you still get to recoup one of the lands from that. Cleansing Wildfire and Flagstones is also a decent match made together. It's a rampant growth that draws you a card, which is kind of nuts. And then Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. So Teferi, Hero of Dominaria's uptick +1 is draw a card, and at the beginning of the next end step, you untap up to 2 lands. So you can untap your Lotus Field plus another land and then have a 4 mana instant available, one of the most powerful of which in Modern is Cryptic Command. We get to play Settle the Wreckage as well, and then a slew of other blue-red control cards. So I've been watching him tune this deck and play this deck a whole bunch. It seems like it could be rather clunky, but he is a master player of blue-red control decks in Modern. So let's see what happens when someone of a slightly more medium play skill is going to take this into a league, and I hope we can have a reasonable time playing it anyway. Maybe learn some things about failure that you wouldn't learn on Spike's stream. We have the sideboard juke plan of Madcap Experiment into Platinum Emperion. If you haven't seen that combination before, it's a 4-mana sorcery that has you flip cards off to the top of your library until you hit an artifact, puts it into play, and then you lose you lose life equal to the converted mana cost of that artifact. But if that artifact happens to be Platinum Emperion, it is now in play and says your life total can't change. So you get to get that synergy as well. What is up, Roybert? I hope you're doing well, my friend. If you haven't seen this deck, I am happy to show it off for you. So that's unkeepable. We have 2 Lotus Fields. We do have a Valakut Awakening, and Valakut Awakening, we can put it into our graveyard if we sack with Lotus Fields. Basically, if we keep this hand, we're just trying to high roll into picking up a land, which I don't think is good. We're against a Lurrus deck, which likely means something aggressive. This hand is better. It's not good, but it's better. I think I'm going to keep this in bottom of Force of Negation, but this is really poor. We basically have no game plan, so I'm pretty sure... Oh, I did not update the deck. Hold on. Thank you, Roy. There we go. That should be correct in a second. Wow. Okay, well, we're keeping this last hand bottoming 2 Lotus Fields. Hopefully we manage to scrape through. So we're probably against a burn deck, which means I probably should have led on Spirebluff Canal to bolt on turn 1 and then just play the tap land on turn 2 since I don't actually have a plan. Okay, okay, it's now correct. Okay. We're drawing out of it, question mark? We are drawing out of it, perhaps. The ultimate draw next turn would be Cleansing Wildfire, because then we could tap both our lands, play Cleansing Wildfire on the Flagstones, and then play Lotus Field and sack the two. Well, that's not that good. Yeah, it's Blood Sun with Lotus Field, Roy. Is the Delio. It's the real deal. Okay, what do they got here? They can't play Scourge yet. They can't play... Yeah, that's fine. They can't play Death Shadow yet. So we're just gonna take down Bobby here. Sorry, Bobby. I don't know you! That's my purse! Have you considered playing Dark Depths? Well, we certainly got almost enough mana to exploit it. I'm gonna float the mana here for Lightning Helix for no particularly good reason. I suppose I could have zero cycled Shark Typhoon, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want the Shark Typhoon later. We'll get Raugrin Triome. They're definitely not playing Blood Moon in their main deck here, so. And then my Spirebluff actually comes into play untapped next turn, which is kind of busted. And if we top deck Teferi, we get to play Teferi and then untap enough mana for Cryptic Command. So our Multa 5 is looking pretty good here. Uktabi Orangutan is only worth seeing if you can see the art. We got a 1/1 Death Shadow coming in. Show me that 1/1 Shadow, which is very quickly going to become a 2/2 Shadow. Don't Thoughtseize me, dude. Well, dude, dudette, dude they, dude brought, dude bot. Brobot. Yeah, 1/1 Shadow. No Thoughtseize. Don't do it. Have a heart. Nice. Wow. That's... That's completely disgusting. Called shot, baby. Called shot. Multa 5, turn 5 Teferi. I was half expecting the Mana Tide there. I was referring to Blood Sun plus Dark Depths. It doesn't, right? Because then you have to remove the Blood Sun. Like, you have to have the Blood Sun in play, have the Dark Depths enter with 0 counters, and then you have to get rid of the Blood Sun. I'm not saying it's impossible, it just doesn't... it's like Gemstone Mine. Like, Gemstone Mine gets hosed by Blood Sun. That's what the Cryptic's for. That's right. Alright, so... I could try to bolt the Death Shadow here. Oh. I can definitely bolt the Death Shadow here. I think I'm going to do it. I just don't see any reason not to. They're not playing Street Wraith 110% because they've got Lurrus as their companion. And they're putting themselves down on a land. And then worst case scenario, we can EOT cycle Shark Typhoon. But if we pick up one more land, we can hardcast Shark Typhoon and then have Cryptic Command, which is disgusting. And my opponent just put themselves back on a land, so we're in really good shape here. I think they were expecting us to take damage at some point, and they probably have at least 2 Scourge of the Skyclaves in their hand. I am assuming they have multiple Scourges in their hand. That's the only explanation for this game. They don't have white mana. Oh, maybe they're just playing black-red? They could be just playing black-red. Please put Lurrus in your hand. Oh my god. Do it. Oh my god. GG. Okay, so all we have to do is draw a land here, and this is, like, completely over. I mean, this is also excellent. Come on. I guess I can make a 2/2 Shark, and... yeah, I'm going to make a 2/2 Shark. And then untap my land's EOT. I guess I can make a 3/3. It's not really any different. Cycle 1 on 2? I can't, there's nothing I can really do with 1 mana left over, right? There isn't. I might as well make a 3/3. There we go. And the land I picked up came into play tapped anyway, so Didn't matter. All right, opponent, go. Please just hardcast Luris. I will die. The reports from the non-aspiring Spike players of this deck, myself included, are that it is amazingly clunky, but we just had a busted-ass curve out of a Mole to 5. So, but our opponent has done largely nothing, so it's not really all us. Counter target spell, draw a card. Concession Scoop? Concession Cryptic? Cryptic is the greatest card of all time, anybody? Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And then we're going to cast Shark Typhoon. I mean, I don't need to cast it. They're at 9, and if they fetch, we can basically just kill them. Or very, very quickly thereafter. Cast it? I mean, I don't need to, but I guess it's better than... Like, I guess because we can. They can't interact with it, that's true. Oh, snap. That fatal push. Can I just kill them? No. Alright, well, we'll draw a card first. See if we can untap land. Alright, so we'll play Shark Typhoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, yeah. Boosh. Who's Shinji? I don't understand this reference. Get to the chopper, I'd understand that reference. Shinji, I don't know what you're talking about. Angel tangential anime. Okay. I'm canceled. Oh no. So if I bolt... I can't bolt snap bolt because I can't Evangelion? Yeah, that probably, that sounds correct. All right. I can't bolt snap bolt. I think Bob is probably on our side though. I think we just go end of turn bolt. Swing in for 1. Then snap bolt. Seal of Fire. All right, we're not swinging in for 1 anymore. Why can't I bolt snap bolt? Because I have to make triple blue and a red. Oh, wait. No, I can make a blue and triple red. I'm an idiot. Never mind. All right. We're good. Okay. Well, there's at least 1 Scourge. All right, so if I go bolt, snap, bolt, I put them to 2. But I also create 2 1/1s, so we will just win the game from that point. Dude. Might as well yield to that. I don't need to care about when that token comes in. Snapcaster. Dago-chan. Take them down. 4 mana, deal 6. The greatest aggressive play. It's actually, I don't know if you've seen Krark the Thumbless yet, Roy, but I watched Stryfo's opponent yesterday. They failed 6 flips in a row. It was spectacular to watch. It was a 1 in 64 chance to actually see that happen. They were casting Surgical Extraction on his Uro, and they had to cast it 7 times. They failed 6. Yeah, it is the ultimate you want to hear a bad beat story card. Alright. So, it's some kind of slow version of Black-Red Scourge, because they're playing main deck, what's it called? Main deck Bob. So I think we don't need Tail's End, probably don't need Force of Negation. I probably want the other Settle. And then something like this seems good. I think generally speaking, we want to keep most of everything we've got going on here. Maybe I don't need the extra Settle. Maybe just the one of is fine. I don't know. Cleansing Wildfire is good because we can ramp ourselves. So we can go turn 2 Cleansing Wildfire into turn 3 Cryptic or Settle or Madcap Experiment, which is really important to have now. How good is 3 Fairy? I don't know. Not particularly, right? But then I guess the tempo gain against Scourge of Skyclaves and things similar to that is pretty good. I don't know what you're trying to sing there, Alex. Kind of Serum Visions for a Teferi and maybe a Shark Typhoon. It's pretty slow. Yeah, Cryptic Command. It's also slow. Alright, we'll try like that. Is that the Imperial March? That's the only thing I could think that could be. Can I keep this hand? If I hit a blue, we're in business. How much blue are we actually playing? And then these don't really count. So 12. Oh, we've got the Bolt, right? Like, this is a land. This is a red land. So we have the Bolt. All right, fine. I guess last game mulliganing until we had a plan worked out, so I will trust that it will work out again. So this is like an ideal hand. Yeah, we're gonna keep this one. Opponent kept their 6 as well, so we're on equal footing here. Hopefully we don't get immediately Thoughtseize, but I assume we will. Oh, Taylor. Oh, okay, that's going to deal the 1 damage. So, Scourge is clear for landing. Yeah. This Cryptic is in the wrong spot. I don't need it. With the way that this game is going to curve out. But I'm pretty sure we're also going to be playing Snapcaster on 3. Doesn't have flying. It does not have flying. It really looks like it has flying, but it does not have flying. That card's already goofy, right? So I don't think it needs to be better. I think I'm going to bottom this Cryptic. I have not seen anyone kick it yet. I have heard tales that it does in fact have that kicker cost, but I haven't seen it happen yet. I'm tempted to go bottom here. I kind of want to keep the Blood Sun. Definitely bottoming the Cryptic. I'm going to keep the Blood Sun. Do 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 do. Blood Sun looks mediocre on the draw. I mean, I think it looks mediocre on the always. Like, it's a very clunky card unless, like, if you're in any kind of matchup where you're under pressure. Why did we keep it? You mean in the deck? I don't think you can. There's not enough things to take out. Well, that's insane. I don't think there's enough things that you can take out off the Serum Visions. Oh, because I have this Lotus Field that's stuck in my hand, and I really don't want to sack 2 lands for it. Which is one of the downsides of if you board out your Tails Ends. So I didn't mention this in the deck tech. If you play a Lotus Field on turn 3 with your 2 mana up, you can Tails End it. I think you have to keep at least one of those cards post board. Otherwise, you're just gonna... Okay, so this is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Because this Thoughtseize can't see the 2 bolts that are on top. I think they'll take the snap. I assume they'll take the snap. They should take the sun. I don't know about that. No, they take the snap. They know what's up. They know how they're going to win this game. I don't think they're going to lose the game before Blood Sun plus Lotus Field can be relevant. Because this turn I'm just going to sit and bolt, and then next turn I'm going to play Blood Sun Lotus Field. Okay. I wonder if they have a Death Shadow. I really hope so. Do it. Yeah! Come here, precious. Boop. Get out of here. This actually doesn't bother me too much. I don't really care which of these cards they take. It's actually pretty okay if they take Blood Sun here. Yeah, they didn't, but it would have been fine if they did. Please play a second Death Shadow and then attack me for 2, 3. Please play a second Death Shadow. Come on. You know you want to. Rats. Maybe post-combat. Maybe. They don't want to lose the bow mat. That's fair. Well, didn't come here to not play this card. Well, if I make it to my next turn, that's going to be a banger. When they go to combat, when they declare their attackers, we're going to shoot down the Bowmat Courier with the trigger on the stack so they can't get more than 3 cards off of it. Because I'm 99% sure that Bowmat Courier is about to be more lethal than Taylor ever could hope to be. Hopefully they have an Inquisition. If they play Inquisition, I'd be really happy too. I haven't seen them play one yet. Oh, rats. Oh. Alright, so we're just going to have to top deck something hot. I think we're just shooting the Bowmat here and forcing their hand. I can't imagine anything else is better to do. I guess technically killing the Swiftspear might give me more time. They'll get more cards, but we'll have more time. And so maybe having them kind of choked on mana, it would be the right direction to take this, but I don't know. Okay, they sacked the Bromat. They discarded Fatal Push and Dismember. Wow. Okay. So do they play a lot of instants? Apparently they don't. And the two of the cards in their hand, so they have Fatal Pushes and Dismembers in their deck right now, which is kind of hysterical. Like, yeah. Did they not draw land? They must have done. Yeah, there it is. Okay. They knew we had that in our hand, so we'll play that one out first. So we're just looking to top deck a Shark Typhoon, or... That is an appropriate quote for this moment, Alex. I wonder if we should have the Aether Gust in here right now. No, a lot of their threats are black. I don't think that that's correct. Oh, I'm just saying you called a very good random quote. I'm here for it. Okay, so they can't sack the Sunbake Canyon right now. Oh, also their fetch land doesn't work. Yeah, so upsides of Blood Sun, it does things like that. Okay, so we're at 6. If they have another Bolt, we're dead. Like, exactly. So we just need to top deck Madcap or any number of very, very easy to top deck things. Oh, no. TBR. Jesus. For Xaxes. Well, can't beat that one. We just drew slightly too many lands. All right. Game 3 on the play. Maybe for once we won't have to mulligan. Oh, we could have hardcast it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, yeah, we could have hardcast this. We could have hardcast this right here. How many red cards did we see? Not enough. Look at this. Their deck is mostly black. So if we had untapped there, we basically would have won the game. I kind of want this Cryptic back, but it's probably better than Settle on average. Maybe not. No, Settle's still good. I think we have to just draw a little bit hotter than we did. They had triple Thoughtseize that game, so that really... And we actually would have been fine without the third one, right? Like, the third Thoughtseize really did us in there. So we just have to draw hot, make sure that we're not keeping complete garbage hands. Yeah, this is fine. It's not fast, but it has lots of mana plus Valakut Awakening. You didn't want to catch them all? This hand sets us up so that, like, basically no matter what we draw, we're coming up Millhouse. Thoughtseize me, baby. Oh. No. Roy is a Rattata. Yes, this is accurate. All right. So Shockland tapped this turn. I think. I was tempted to play Snapcaster there, like to have the mana up for Ambush Viper, but that's almost definitely not relevant. Just such a good chance that we get Thoughtseized or whatever off of it. I guess in that case we would play the Snap and then be ready to block, but then we're not going to block Taylor with a 2/1. All hail the reserve list. May it last forever. Yikes. Valakut Awakening is a very, very good card. It just helps you deal with a lot of the awkward draws that many modern decks can have. Okay. Are they playing light up the stage? Yeah, that many +1. It actually replaces itself. It's basically the thing that makes it, like, very different from all of its predecessors. Okay. If we celebrate the reserve list, they'll get rid of it. Okay. That's some solid logic. All right. Fast land or flagstone? Fast land. Well, I hope I somehow don't die this turn. Because Valakut Awakening is almost definitely going to draw us some kind of action. Your logic is flawless. You are not wrong. One vaccine? Like 1 units of vaccine? Or like the formula for the vaccine? Thoughtseize. Womp womp. So I think we just have to Valakut here. And we're going basically full hog. Thank you for the follow, Butcher Dean. Alright, so I think we're just throwing back Flagstone, Steam Vents, and Mountain. I'm going to keep the Snapcaster because Snapcaster is something that they will like to take away under most circumstances. Maybe I should have pitched the Snapcaster. Nope, looks like it was good to keep it. Snap looks shit. Does it? The reason I'm keeping it, though, is it's just one of those cards that they are likely to want to take. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it makes sense to me. Maybe you will explain to me on your next level intelligence why that's wrong, but taking a Snap off Thoughtseize is a tale as old as time. I think that's basically what it is like, I have other really, really hot draws in my deck, and so keeping the Snapcaster is like a live card that they are likely to want. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. I was just it felt like the right thing to do there. 1/1 Shadow. 1/1 Shadow. Do it. Okay, but we gotta top deck the Madcap like Spike would do. There are 4 non-Madcap cards on the bottom of my deck right now, so I would like to draw one of my 4 of, and then I would like them not to have a Coal Against Command or a Braid immediately ready for it. Because they didn't see Madcap or Platinum Emperion during game high. This is going to hurt. Okay, so we might be under the gun immediately. We can't die, can we? Holy shit, we died. I think. Yeah, we're just dead. Unfreaking real. Okay. Died on turn 3. Jesus, double bolt. Like oh, I wanted to see what the other card was. Yeah, well, we were dead there anyway. Shoot. I think we played it pretty well. I don't know if we sideboarded perfectly, but warm. All right, rocking into match the second here. Yikes, that is really slow. But I'm on the play. I've got double Flagstones, which means I have access to 1 blue mana, which is not great. This is probably not good enough. We won on the mold of 5 last time, so this deck definitely has the power to get there. Okay, this hand is much better. Not great, but better. Just bottom Snap. No, we'll bottom Teferi. He's too early. I don't need you yet, Teferi. Wait. Your time will come. We were at 25 land deck, and in my previous league, I got mana screwed so many times. Savagery. All right. Had Nauseam. My opponent does not wish to tell me. Never miss land drops, yeah. But then I'd have to play Titan. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. I kind of want to Cleansing Wildfire their City of Brass, because their deck needs a lot of colors, assuming it is ad nauseam. Maybe they're playing a very old dredge list. But I just want a cantrip here, unfortunately for me. Okay, so they were F6'd. And if it is ad nauseam, they are unlikely to have had any instance they would want to play there. Still likely to be Glad Nauseam. Picked up Force of Negation, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fine. Keeping them off their mana is normally what I want to do a lot of, but I can't, I don't think I can 2-for-1 myself this early. That's an okay draw. Jeez. I do need more lands. I guess we're going top. Top bottom. Yeah. Play Valakut Stoneforge and pass the turn. Alright. What do you have, opponent? Whole lot of nothing, huh? They clearly don't have nothing. But they don't really have enough mana to win. I think I'm just going to go snap Cleansing Wildfire here. I guess I could go snap Serum Visions. And if I had wanted snap Serum Visions, I should have done that before shocking that land in. But as it is, I think I'm going to play snap Cleansing Wildfire. Just see if we can knock them down a land, because really, I don't know where ad nauseam is at on the format right now if they play more than one basic. They used to always play exactly one and then occasionally one island. Maybe they're on two. They have 2 planes? Yeah, they might have 2 planes. I meant to kill the city. Angel Grace. Interesting. Did that? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, it's my turn, so I can't force. So, well, we'll get to see. They have an island. Okay, good to know. Plains Island and Urborg, yeah. You made it in time to see me die? Yeah, you did. Good for you, buddy. Okay, can I resolve this? I like that it gives me priority first because it's my turn. All right, they got 52 cards in hand. Man. One, two, there's the third one. Yeah, it's fine, you got it. No, we're dead. I just need to see that they're the 3. Oh, there we go. So these are the cards I want, and these are the cards I don't. Okay, pretty easy there. I also don't want this. In theory, we could Aether Gust a Veil of Summer when we're getting into a counter war. So maybe that's the 60th card. Yeah, I guess so. I think I'd rather have that than Lightning Bolt in the matchup for the most part. Alright. Yeah, I saw Spike play this matchup earlier today, and he said this is probably not a very good one. But Teferi on turn 3 is probably about as good as it gets. So let's keep it. Hope we don't get Mystical Disputed. Let us draw the correct amount of action in the right order. Astra. Suspend Lotus Bloom. Draw the Lotus Bloom, now suspend it. Rats. That'll do. So now we have a backup plan if we get Thoughtseized. Okay. Okay. They're dealing with the clunk. There's the Lotus Bloom. Okay. Okay, so jam the thing. Needed to plus that. I really wasn't expecting it to resolve. I don't know why I F6'd. It's not gonna be a big deal, but I should have drawn a card there. Oh, well now I'm glad I didn't. Okay. If I was gonna screw up, at least I made the unintentional fault instead of the intentional fault, I guess. Oh, yeah. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Punt down. Yeah. So, I think I just hold up Cryptic here. And then if they don't do anything, we cycle Valakut Awakening. And the Serum Visions. Okay, so this is coming off next turn. Okay, so this is the Unlife again. Okay, so they can't counter this, so... I don't know, win? We don't need to actually counter it. I guess not. Better lucky than good, I suppose. So I could play Lotus Field and Tails End it. Or I could just play Spirebluff and then next turn play Teferi and untap the Lotus Field. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, oh, we're definitely leaving Cryptic up. Because Tails End doesn't necessarily save us. Goodbye, Lotus Bloom. Sea Chrome Coast. Womp womp. Yep, we're going to Serum Visions at instant speed at end of turn, and then Valakut Awakening after that with the Scry 2. They have a second Phyrexian Unlife. Okay, so Roy pointed out we don't need to counter this. We can always tuck it in the future. Because I don't have another counter right now. So yeah, we'll just leave it. And actually, if they try to go off with a Teferi on the table and a Cryptic Command in my hand, they're more likely to get themselves killed than anything else. So we'll go Visions. We're looking to stack the top so we can Valakut Awakening into it. Double Teferi. I don't need that, and I don't want that. So we'll go Valakut Awakening. Bloop. And we'll ditch Teferi. That's it. We'll keep the Lotus Field. Hey! That's a card. So. Oh, we've got Force now? Okay, so. This is super duper over. OVER. Yeah, yeah. This Teferi against the against Lotus Bloom is just unfair. It really is. There's no excuse for that. Okay. Trigger. Just sack both my Spirebluffs, I guess. No, we'll sack an island. I'll keep the white. Oh yeah, it's stuck in this little bubble here, and it's extra daggers because it says can be played. It can't. Can be played, my ass. Straight up lying. Yeah, it's just straight up lying. Visions, okay. I'm trying to think of how they could possibly win this, and it would start off with Veil of Summer, but I have enough cards in hand that I will just jam Cryptic Command on Veil of Summer, and then we'd have Force for afterwards. I guess what I should do is force the Veil of Summer by pitching from my hand, but that's like, because I have the mana open, that's such a bad telegraph. Doesn't matter anyway, though, they don't have it. Or if they do have it, they're not going for it now. I'll cycle this here. I want to tap this thing. Hey! Okay. Yeah, we're definitely eating our Reese's. Nexus of Fate. Anything else I want to play right now? Nah, I'm good. I guess we'll keep the draw card on Teferi for after we ult the other Teferi. Oh, hello. There we go. Red, red, red. Okay, so I could play a second Flagstones, but it'll just kill my first Flagstones. It doesn't really help me out here, so. I have one extra mana at end of turn here and nothing to do with it, so we're just not going to bother. Yeah, all right. I mean, we will, but only because I have to do it no matter what. No, the mana burn. Psst. Ah, it burns. This is it, opponent. It's not actually it, but... Alright, I got nothing to do. We know that whoever created Nexus of Fate didn't own a Mac. If they did, they would have called it Nexus Function F8. Hey, it's Kilgore out. What is up, dog? Do we let Spoils the Vault resolve? Is it Unlife in play? Oh yeah, what the hell? Let the opponent have their fun. They can't play counter magic. Like, there's no... This is not threatening. They name Ad Nauseam, and they dug 2 cards. How is Canada? Canada's quite well. Quite well. We are looking at some quality hope in the next 3 weeks, and even more so after that. And, you know, it's the land of freedom light. It's the Diet Coke of freedom up here. All the flavor of real freedom with a little bit lighter on the calories. America's hat. That's my favorite thing to call it. Canada, America's hat. Okay. My opponent's whole deal there resulted in me casting Force of Negation. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Let's top deck another... Oh, I was really hoping for another Lotus Field. All right. Let's go red, 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 white. Wildfire my flagstones. Maybe we can still draw. Woo. Nope. Sure. What am I doing with this mana? Nothing? Let's just bounce the Unlife. I was going to save it before, but I really don't need to. Oh, there's the Lotus Field. I'm so bad at sequencing. Jesus Christ. I mean, it really doesn't matter in this game, but still. Okay. Yeah, and we're going to discard the Aether Gust? No, let's just discard a land. I picture it as the land where the election isn't as big of a fraud. Now. We can do a crimes. Jeskai Moon. This is Aspiring Spike's most recent deck, which I have referred to as Jeskai Blood Field. No, Lotus Moon. Lotus Sun. So we're playing Lotus Field and Blood Sun, along with Tail's End and a whole bunch of other nonsense. It's pretty spicy. Tail's End, yeah, that's the way to tell. All right. I don't actually have any... Oh, no, I can draw. I can draw cards. I can definitely draw cards. Okay. Nah, just pass the turn from here. Just kill them? No. I mean, I probably should have just plus Teferi and cast Shark Typhoon there, and it would have ended the game faster, but... I mean, this is going to end the game fast enough. It's end step, so we're free to do this. I mean, we are just going to kill them. Like, this shark is going to kill them mighty quickly. It's a 10-10. Look at them writhing in pain. Listen. They killed me out of nowhere in game 1, okay? This is what they get, all right? If you want to... Yeah, thank you. If you want to play a combo deck where you get to obnoxiously kill someone at instant speed in the middle of their turn, then when you're playing against the control deck and you're pinned against a wall by a tiny, you know, pin... Thanks for the Prime sub there, Kilgore. You are the ever homage to Kurt Vonnegut, and in and of yourself, a right-on dude. Can I keep this? It's pretty bad. Shoutouts to Kurt V. That's right. In the words of the great David Robertson. I want to keep this because we're a 25 land deck. So we've got 23 lands in 53 cards. So let's go get the Hyper Geo out. Good old stat trek. Population size 53, number of successes 23, sample size 1. No, actually we've got 2 draws, right? Before I need my Lotus Field. And I only need 1 success. Odds are cumulative possibility x equals greater than or equal to 1 is 81%. We're 81% to draw the land here, so let's go for it. No problem. Keep that. Shouldn't you not count the other fields? You are correct. So if I knock that number down by 3 to 20, we go down to 70 what? Oh no, we're down to 67. Not as good, but still good enough for me. We could also draw Serum Visions though, which would basically get us there. Like almost guaranteed. And we have Force of Negation, so we do have the ability to interact. Also, yeah, any land puts us very well in very good shape because we got Tail's End, so this is gonna be, there we go. Holy jumping. Don't you do me like this, deck. Don't you do me like this. I mean, this hand isn't for cowards. It is not. Hand blocks warriors. This hand absolutely blocks warriors. Lotus Bloom in exile, sure. Opponent wants to tempt fate again. Okay. Come on, baby. Don't do this to me. I need a land. Papa needs a land. Tap land is fine. Tap land is fine. Non-Lotus Field land. Go. Got him. That's slightly obnoxious. But it's not the end of the world because they're not going to be able to gain a lot of mana very quickly. So I think they're just taking my Force of Negation here, and my other option is just like randomly pitch my Aether Gust here, which is not great because Aether Gust I can eventually cycle it off to a Valakut Exploration or something. There's also the chance that they make a misplay. I think they should take the Force of Negation here, like 10 out of 10, but we'll see. I don't know exactly what the rest of their hand is, so they obviously have options. Targeting. I mean, the Self-Thoughtseize is a real play. Like, it does have some number of applications. I've seen it done before in a serious context, but fair, like, this is not one of those, right? Like, they take Teferi. Okay, they must have an unbelievably slow hand. The Aether Gust could counter a Veil of Summer. Yeah, or Lightning Storm. Could counter a Veil of Summer that's countering my counter. The thing is, if you look at the rest of our sideboard, there isn't any other card that I think is worth having more than the one Aether Gust. Like, it just literally became like, this is clearly the 60th card in my deck right now. This is here because it's blue and it might work. Yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely going to Tails End the trigger here. Actually, is this coming off? No, it's not. Okay, so we're definitely going to Tails End the trigger here. Bloop. All right, cool. I was kind of expecting them to have Mystical Dispute there. Don't ask me why. They know I have Force, which is scary. Like, I feel like this has got to be... Okay. I'm letting that go. Because I have Cryptic up. I have Cryptic Force up now. You are not the only one. All right. So on their upkeep, I can go snap Tail's End to counter the Lotus. That I don't really need to do that. But keeping their mana limited is pretty important. And we have the backup of Force of Negation. Plus puts a clock in play. So I think I'm going to do it. I should counter this Lotus in some way. And so this is the first suspend trigger because it still has a counter on it. That's the second suspend trigger. So this is the one you want to counter if you want to counter the spell. You have 3 cards in hand. So if they have Pact of Negation into... Because they don't have green mana right now. So this is another reason to go for it now versus waiting. They also don't have double black. So I feel like this is pretty worth doing. 1 Snappy Dresser. Boink. Oh, that turned around a long time ago. Because they actually implemented something into the client for that. They added a feature where while you're in a match, you can block the person who's messaging you. They did that within like a day too. They actually had a really quick turnaround time on that. It was unbelievable. Resolves, okay. So I'm expecting second black source ad nauseam with packed backup, which I guess would kill me. Nope. Sweet. I mean, I have to do it, right? If they had Mystical Dispute, they would have jammed it on my Tail's End, I'm pretty sure. Although they could just have ad nauseam right now. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get into a fight with them on their end step. The perks of being whitelisted, yep. On their end step, I'm going to try to bounce their Phyrexian Unlife and draw a card with one of my Cryptic Commands. And because it's their turn, I can pitch to Force. And as long as the Unlife isn't on the battlefield and they only have 5 mana, they can't ad nauseam kill me at instant speed. So I think we figured out the line. And by line, I mean we did the basic understanding of how this matchup works. Yay, they have 6'd. Okay. That's a really, really good draw right now. Is it? No, but it will be next turn. Well, we'll see. We can still draw a land off of our Teferi plus. Teferi, hero of Dominaria. Dom Tef is only one. Yeah, I know. It's kind of busto. Card seems really good. Best 1-mana Planeswalker. Since Deathrite Shaman, that's true. Deathrite Shaman still might give Teferi, hero of Dominaria, a run for his money. I mean, all his +1 does is give you a card and some extra mana. I mean, come on. Alright, and then next turn we're going to have Little Tef, and that's basically going to lock up the game. Deathrite Shaman, so good. Best elf, best shaman. It's almost definitely the best shaman. Because I feel like dryads are the enchantresses usually. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Is Argothian enchantress? Yeah, druid. They didn't replay. They're gonna do it now though. The Phyrexian Unlife, right? Really? Okay. I would like more lands, please. Deck. Remember how we did that math in the early game, and we figured out that we could draw that extra land on a reasonable percentage of the time? I have some questions. Allosaurus Shepherd. Oh, I didn't know that was a shaman. That's fair. I mean, I guess I play the Time Raveler. But if I play the Time Raveler right now, I go shields down on them, just casting a value ad nause with a Angel's Grace kicker, which I'm assuming is where they're at. And that would actually kill me right now. So oh, Allosaurus Shepherd is broken in half. It's complete nonsense. Do we just go end step here? I'm pretty sure we do. I think we have to. I could pool 4 mana during the end step, though. I mean, I want to cast Nexus of Fate here. I only have 2 mana left up, and that doesn't really do anything for me, huh? I need to be able to stop their combo kill. So we're gonna go end step and discard Blood Sun and another Blood Sun. Do you want to keep set number of just the extra Teferi here of Dominaria? Kiki Jiki and Marin are pretty good too. They're not bad. What about that one that's the Shaman tribal card from Morningtide? You're going through the Shamans. The Shaman tribal card from Morningtide. Oh, buddy. That's a problem card. So, Cryptic counter draw. I straight up can't let this resolve. So, and the only way I have to counter it right now is with Cryptic. But my counterplay after that for the rest of the things that they try to do here is better. So hopefully they don't have a second Grand Abol. Oh, they can't cast a second Grand Abolisher. They only had 3 white. Okay. That's another land. Okay, now they don't have enough. Oh boy. This does not bode well. Simian Spirit Guide into Ad Nauseam. Yeah, it's gotta be. Better be bits. This is the Force of Negation I had at the beginning of this game that they know is in my hand. So they have to have Pact here. They have to. And then I've got Mystical Dispute for it. I don't understand what just happened. See this, Thoughtseize? This Thoughtseize here? This Thoughtseize knew that this Force of Negation was in my hand. So I don't... Maybe they were just going Hail Mary. Tail's End hits their Oracle. It does, but the problem is by the time they Oracle, they almost always have like 3 Pact of Negations in their hand. Wonder if Bolt's technically better than Tail's End or not knowing Abolisher. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we knew Abolisher, we should have kept the Bolts, I would think. But hindsight's 2020. So we want to cast this Nexus of Fate this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can spend 3 mana and still cast Nexus of Fate this turn. So we'll play Teferi, attack with Snapcaster, bounce the Snapcaster, bounce the Snapcaster. We plus him. We go end step, tap for 3, untap, tap, tap. Nexus, take another turn. Plus Teferi. Plus other Teferi. Play Blood Sun for free. Play Sacred Foundry untap without having to shock. Play Serum Visions for free. Go bottom, because those are just planes right now. And then go end step. Okay. You're up, opponent. This is all I got. And then next turn we get Teferi Emblem, we take away all their permanents. Sorry. Aether Gust. Yeah. Bolt is definitely better than the Aether Gust. I knew what you meant somehow. Like I somehow knew exactly what you meant when you said that. This is resolving. I don't care. That doesn't help you at all. I can play Cleansing Wildfire. Is that instant speed right now? Sure, why not? Cantrip. Boing. Go get your planes. Oh, we're gonna take away all their black mana. That's kind of nice. Boing. Fails to find. Love to see it. 2x city? Oh yeah, that's true. Well, we're gonna take away all their permanents anyway, so. I think I just Splinter Twin them. Roy, I found a new Splinter Twin. Have you seen my Splinter Twin? It's 2 cards. It's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria emblem, and then all you need to have, other than that, other than the emblem, the only card you need to have is Valakut Awakening, with 7 cards in your hand. That's Splinter Twin. It's the 2-card combo. It's Splinter Twin. All right, cool. Oops, Wrath, you're bored. Are you winning? I can't tell. I really am incredibly sick of all the people who call things that are not 2-card instant win the game combos Splinter Twin. I don't know why. Ad nauseam is traditionally terrible against control. It really matters. Like the classic builds of Jeskai that were very like Bolt and Helix dense, it would have a pretty good matchup because they would need to like have their full, or sorry, so the Jeskai control decks that were very good against creature decks like humans were like super filled with like Helixes and Bolts, which are not good. Is Tef Emblem OP optional or only a May? It's opponent's control, so it's not a May, but you can't be forced to target your own shit, so you're good. Cool. Match win. So yeah, ad nauseam versus control is very meta dependent. So it just depends on what control deck. Like a lot of the blue soup control decks right now are actually very bad against ad nauseam because they're spending so much of their resources making sure that they're good against black red shadow. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it's OP only. I thought for some reason I thought you meant optional only or May. Meaning that optional only was like a rephrasing of May. 7 lands. Well, I think 7 lands is probably not something we're interested in. Madcap 23. I can't remember what this person usually plays, but I know I've played them before. I think I'm ditching the big Teferi. Hey, we look like a normal control deck right now. Oh no. Oh no, silent clearing. Alright, so tap land or have the bolt ready. Tap land or have the bolt ready. Let's play the fast land. We have 9 mana, just peel a land, Omniscience, and Emrakul. Okay. Okay, so we're not playing against the same thing again. Interesting. This is not going to be a good game with the hand I have. I assume. I have to take this because the danger of them having land, Arbiter, yeah, that. And cast the Ghost Quarter is bad. The problem is, if I try to kill the Arbiter, they'll Ghost Quarter me in response, so basically we're screwed coming and going right now. So, shit. There's no way out of this situation other than continuing to do nothing. Or just, like, conceding to the fact that we're getting strip mined. I'm almost sure I'm supposed to just jam the lightning bolt somewhere right now. And just hope that they'll go for the strip mine and you bolt Cat Jesus. I don't know. Yeah. But the problem is, like, they're beating me down for 4 a turn for the moment. Fire the bolt and pray. Well, we top decked the land, so. You don't think they will? Yeah, we'll see. But taking 4 damage a turn, like, that's a reasonable clock. It really is. Like, we are going to die fairly quickly to this. Continuing to do nothing also has its downsides, right? Yeah, I guess we just bolt the Thalia here. So but if we bolt the Thalia now, and they Ghost Quarter me, I can Cleansing Wildfire their Field of Ruin, and they won't be able to search. So maybe we just need to peel more bolts. So we're gonna hit them with their own game. And we have a Snapcaster, so if we hit a land here, it's not the end of the world. That's a land. Okay, so we're definitely just going to play that as a land, and we're definitely just going to take down this Field of Ruin, and we get to draw a card, so that was pretty good for us. And the card was a land, so we're kind of getting there. Spell lands are quite good. Oops, all interaction. Okay. They've almost definitely got some number of Path to Exile in their hand right now. That's not super useful. I'm going to play tapped, because I really can't afford to shock. Oh, we have Snap Bolt here. So we get to put Snap into play, target Bolt, and then go to block an Arbiter. So that's pretty good. You need to upkeep Snap Bolt. No, because we've got a blue card that interacts and a red card that interacts, so we're good here. Need to what? Want to shock, snappy, field them so bad. Oh yeah. That was definitely an option that would put us in. Don't forget, give it. No. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go block, and if they want to protect their Arbiter, they have to give it pro blue, and then we can bolt it in response. But what we'll actually do is bolt the other one. Okay, they're choosing to do nothing. That's fine. Now I get to kill their Giver of Runes as well. So that was like the lose situation on their side. So I'm not entirely sure what that was all about. And now we're gonna have Shark Typhoon to deal with the Arbiter. So, I think they missed it. I mean, people will make mistakes, right? We could have easily lost this game on like turn 2 if we had made any other if we had made any other choices than exactly what we've done right now, we would be dead by now, and we probably would have had 0 lands. So, I think if we win means we played the game perfectly. Yeah, I like how we played it too. We could force a path here, actually. I'm pretty interested in doing so. They let me draw. That's also definitely wrong. I think we just pitch Force to Force. I guess I could pitch the Tail's End. I feel like Tail's End is going to come up at some amazing point soon here, but then again, if they have a second path, yeah, we'll pitch the Tail's End. That's fine. That's fine. I just want Tail's End to be amazing here. But Sharknado. What is your hand of 4 cards? There must be some kind of 3-drop or something silly. Tails End might come up, counts as Thalia. Yeah, but on this point, that'll be off of Snap, I guess. No 1-drop, Jesus. I don't know what's in their hand, but this is going quite well for us. Well, now we have something to pitch to Force. Holy jumping. So, Tails End on top, and Teferi on top of that. Perfection. I kind of want to shock this so I can play Force of Negation, but honestly, I don't need to play Force of Negation. Stone Force. Sure. You want to play that kind of game? You got it. Go get the battle school. Oh, Sword of Fire, nice. Sweet. I believe we did it. Yeah, we're gonna have the Tails End in this hand now, so that's pretty perfect. Excuse me. Excuse me, I would like to activate my excuse me. I want to activate my Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. He's pretty cool. A cool guy. Well, we'll see. Oh, you want to Tails End the Stoneforge activation? Yeah, I guess we could. Oh, or we could Tails End the Equip too. That's funny. Those are all great options. I guess we'll play Spirebluff and we'll cycle Raugrin Triome. Do I want to cycle it? Pretty sure that I do. Put that on the stack. Go 1, 2. Hold on. And then I untap. What am I doing? Okay, do that. Those both untap. Yeah. The Equip is much funnier. Yeah. I mean, the better play by far. Oh, they had a Batterskull in their hand. Probably should have Tails Ended the trigger there. Trigger on Germ. Yeah, but what we're actually going to do here is when they go to combat, we're going to go tap their team, draw a card. So, it's fine. I could also go bounce the Germ, draw a card, because I really don't care if Stoneforge attacks my Teferi for 1. I think I want to bounce their Germ, draw a card. Tap, draw. Pretty sure it's bounce their Germ, draw a card here. Because then they still get to put in the sword, but then we get to wreck them on the turn after that. I mean, I suppose the worst thing that could happen here is they could path it in response. Yeah. I think I just bounced the Batterskull. Do my time walk that way. Bouncing the Germ has an out, but bouncing the Batterskull doesn't. I don't think they're very likely to path their own Germ there, but I'm happier to have them not have the option. Field, sure. Okay. If you bounce Batterskull, they'll just file it back in. That's fine. I don't care. Like I'm almost on Teferi ult here. So what we're going to do is this time we're going to Tails End the Batterskull and then bolt the Stoneforge. Oh, just bolt Lamau. Yeah, exactly. What do you get? The man who has it all. Ask my wife. Right, we're apparently passing the thing here, but we're not. So Batterskull comes in, we go, no, bolt. All right, good luck, opponent. That's a fine looking Batterskull you got there. That's a big boy. It's a big one. Shit! That's a big old batter skull. I do like this art. It's so battery. Oh, look at him. So glorious. Looks like Steelix? Totally looks like Steelix, right? Poor OP's being bullied. You saw the opening of that game, okay? They are not allowed to complain. Yeah, it totally looks like Steelix, right? They're so not allowed to complain about losing that game. We're definitely not playing Platinum Emperion here. But I could see playing Time Raveler. We have 0 cheap interaction to board in. That much I know. We waited until they bought their milk and knocked it out of their hand. We definitely don't want Nexus. Actually, Tail's End. The other Tail's End is probably okay here. Actually, we can cause them to strip mine themselves. So, depending on the situation. I mean, they're not likely to fire things off when we have mana untapped, but then I kind of want some Teferis. Tail's End looks useful. I agree. I don't know if I want any number of Settle the Wreckage, or if I'd rather just have one of these Teferis. The problem with Settle the Wreckage is, like, if we're in dire straits, this is going to be 5 mana and just useless. Yeah, we do not have a good sideboard for Death and Taxes, but it hasn't been very popular recently, so I don't think I saw Spike play against it at all. All right, 10 is fine. It could only be better if I opened with a Bolt, and this is going to help us dig for one, so yeah, that's fine. I don't really care. I mean, I do, but there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, yeah, we're just bottoming both of these. I want to swap one Cryptic for one Settle, but that's the mad scientist inside me speaking. I mean, Cryptic is just so good in so many places. Settle is very niche. 1 chains, 1 drop of honey in your legacy sideboard. That's just genius is what that is. Okay. One thing about this deck in general, though, is we're pretty lucky that we don't really play any fetches whatsoever, so we're not getting as hosed here as we could have been. I'm gonna play a Steam Vents here, so I have the Ambush Viper, which I guess is terrible. Yeah, once Blood Sun comes down, if we get the chance to do that. Yeah, we're just gonna sit and pay actually for anything. So we're just gonna use our life total as a resource for now. Oh, please play. Oh, I was really hoping that was gonna be Stoneforge Mystic. I want to cycle this Shark Typhoon to try to hit a land, an untapped land. So we hit an untapped lands. We could just play Blood Sun. Yeah, we can. Well, we can just Shark you, or we can just Shark now. I think that's what I want to do. Because I want an untapped land. Okay. Oh no! I forgot it was their turn 3, and they are still allowed to play lands after they play other things like a jerk bag. Oh, I played last game so well. Why did I fail? Now we weren't bluffing Double Bolt. I just totally forgot the fact that they're allowed to play lands after main phase 1 because they roid me. I have been roid. They hit me with the roids. All right, we play Snapcaster, and maybe they have a path to exile here. I like this opponent for not being like, in response to your Snapcaster trigger, while you have no mana untapped, I'm gonna path it. Which is obviously fine. Like, that's obviously a legitimate thing to. With the 1 mana open, in case I daze you, I guess. That was a very hot draw. Okay. I mean, if there was any combination of things that was gonna make this maybe work out, Do I take the extra 2 now? Because if they have another Thalia in their hand... Oh, the Kithkin. Shit. Yeah. Alright, so we just bolt it now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. You saved me from taking 1 extra damage. Yeah. Alright. So we get an untapped land of any kind. We... play Teferi and bounce Thalia. Okay. Not a strip mine. This is going to be Stoneforge. Stoneforge is going to get sort of Fire and Ice. That's terrifying. Okay. So we're just dead, right? No, we're going to take 6. And then we can Cryptic on the turn after. No, because I can't play the Teferi without shocking, so we're just dead. Yeah, we're just dead. Opponent had the nuts. Opponent had the nuts. Yeah. We needed better than what we had. Okay, I think we're fine. The way we boarded is totally fine. We just need to draw a little hotter and be on the play. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically perfect, right? We need to play the tap land first, the canal second turn, and not cast Serum Visions. That sucks. Or we play the canal on turn 1 and then hope Serum Visions gets us an untapped land. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the riskier line. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but yeah. We're gonna jam the Serum Visions on 1, and we're gonna hope to draw untapped lands because we need to be able to bolt a Thalia on there too. I mean, we don't need to, but that would be ideal. And if we can get to this Blood Sun on turn 3, because we're set up to get there, then we're in really good shape. Well, that's basically perfect. Okay. So we'll go Field on top and Spirebluff on top of that. Yeah. And we go untap, untap, untap. Perfect. That's perfect. Doesn't get better than that. Give her. Cool. All right. Suppose it could have been more perfect if we had picked up another bolt, but that's fine. Actually, this is not going to be, in theory, not going to be good enough. But we'll see. Another lightning bolt? Merry Christmas. Humility. Listen, I always have humility here. Oh, thank God. It's not Thalia and it's not Leon and Abunas? Good Lord. Alright, they get Batterskull? Oh my God. Hashtag blessed, B-L-E-S-T, blessed. I'm the blessed. I'm the blessed. I'm the blessed. Alright. Just jam Blood Sun, huh? Yep. 10 out of 10. Alright. Interestingly, we hadn't played this yet this game, so they might be kind of like, what? What's happening? Holy freaking crap. It does what now? I highly value getting the hexproof land in play. It no longer has hexproof, my friend. It no longer has hexproof. They jammed the Batterskull now. Oh, good thing they did. Okay, so we can play Serum Visions and then play Teferi. The hexproof land doesn't have hexproof anymore, but their stripping lands don't strip anymore, so basically that's at null. I think we go Lotus Field, Teferi, and we keep up red-blue. We'll see where we are. Yeah. So I'm going to have 4 or 5 mana. Four is all I need, so we'll cast Serum Visions, try to hit a Cryptic. It's not a Cryptic. Replacement Teferi is fine, though. Bottom the Flagstones, top the Teferi. And then next turn, am I playing Teferi? I'm pretty sure I am. Insanity. If we can play this Tail's End on anything this turn, we will jam it. That can't cycle. They have to attack with one of the other creatures if they want to kill the Teferi. Okay. So this guy is going to bounce that card next turn. Good fog. That's a good fog. Oh, we can just cycle Raugrin Triome at end of turn if they don't play anything into my Tail's End, so that's good. 3. Okay, that's spectacularly awful for me. Holy shit, that card's so good. I sure hope I draw a Lightning Bolt on my next turn. Okay. So we're gonna Teferi Batterskull here. Yeah. Okay. Because I want to take as much damage off the battlefield as possible. There is no land in my deck that's better to play the Lotus Field, but we might as well tap this way. Yeah. So play Teferi, bounce the Batterskull. I mean, I wouldn't call it anguish yet, but it's definitely like not looking as good as it was a second ago for us. Okay, second Lotus Field. Oh, which comes into play tapped. Well, thank goodness I didn't need it. I say I didn't need it, obviously. That's... yeah. So this is a game where we really need to settle the wreckages. And we don't have them. We've got time. Oh, no. Okay. Sure. Okay, so Flagstones would kill the other Flagstones and not get us anything. Jeez, this is so obnoxious. This is, that's rough. We really need to settle here, but we don't have it. Why not Tail's End Stoneforge? I didn't... Oh, you can't. Could tuck the bird? No, there's a giver. No, we can only draw cards with Teferi. The search? Oh, we could have Tail's Ended the search. Yeah, I suppose we could have. Yeah. Honestly, like the extra piece of equipment, I guess I'm not as worried about as just the massive doom that we're facing down right now. Like, they're going to put in Batterskull now, and then on the next turn, they're going to put in the sword, and... But, you're not wrong. Tail's End the Giver. I can't cast that many spells. Teferi was the spell I played this turn, right? So I can't Teferi and then tuck the Giver. And then Tail's End the I can't play Teferi and tuck the Archon and Tail's End the Giver. I have tons of mana to do that. Yeah, we look a little bit dead. I mean, Valakut Awakening is going to help us dig. And if we hit the Cryptic, then that, you know, is going to help a lot. Things like Cryptic give me time to find things like Bolt. No, I mean, we need the 2 settles here. I just, this was not, I didn't think that this kind of game was something that would happen. I either figured we'd either be really, really far ahead or really, really far behind, and I didn't anticipate this kind of situation. Do I want to keep One Tail's End? No, I don't. I just need to dig for, I need to dig for the good cards. Jesus! Did I board out some Cryptics? Nope. No, I did not. Okay. Jeez Louise. Is Shark Typhoon relevant at all? Yeah. At minimum, because I can cycle it for a shark, which is not a spell. So we're going to get completely jammed next turn. Yeah, exactly. So... But I don't even know if that actually keeps us alive for another turn. It doesn't if they equip properly, but they won't know... They won't know that, that Shark Typhoon is coming, so... Oh, but maybe they'll give protection correctly? Yeah. We are 100% dead next turn. Maybe the Shark Typhoon cycles me into a Cryptic, so I have to leave my mana open as if it's going to, I think. Which I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so I can make a 6/6, which is big enough. So I need them to make a mistake during combat on the next turn. So we'll see. Or I need to rip the Cryptic. So I need them to go to combat. Then we cycle this for 6. X equals 6. I have to leave up the right mana to Cryptic. I can leave up double white. The thing is, they don't know... They don't know about Settle the Wreckage being in the 75, so they can't play around it. Because if I leave up 4 mana, in theory, they should split their attack so that they don't go all in, but... So we make a 6/6. We leave up Settle or Cryptic. Okay. I need to draw one of my 4 Cryptics that I haven't hit yet. Right now. Okay, I need you to make a mistake, opponent. That counts. Come on. No, stop it. No, stop it. Okay, that counts. Wild. They punted. Amazing. Oh. What? Oh, Maul. Yeah. Yep, Maul comes in, equips an instant speed, and kills me. Yay, magic. Alright, close one. I mean... I can play Valakut Awakening and dig. So we can see if we would have survived on the next turn. There's going to be 2 Cryptics here. Watch. There's going to be 2 Cryptics, at least. Well, 1 in a Snapcaster. Alright. Can't do better than that. Yeah, no, we just couldn't draw anything there. That was a toughie. That is a pretty bad matchup, I think, generally, but was Bolt not enough? We couldn't cast it. Even if I had timed it better, it wasn't good enough, and I still couldn't cast it because Archon is obnoxious. Because I just cast the Valakut Awakening. It's part of Thalia Heretic Cathar and part of and Rule of Law. So it's non-basic lands only, not non-basic lands and creatures. Yeah. It's super, super obnoxious. Yeah, these are the kind of hands you get. But I'm pretty proud of how I played that match generally. I mean, game 2 had that awkward thing where I didn't see the Ghost Quarter post-combat coming, where in the game 1 I had. And then game 3 there, that was just brutal. I mean, I think I probably made some small mistakes that could be improved, but generally speaking, that was just, you know... The sideboarding choice was the biggest problem there, because I should have assumed that they wouldn't have any idea that we would have Settle, and even settling 2 creatures is oftentimes a big deal. All right, so we're going to keep this. I think we're bottoming the Blood Sun here. I don't have any information on my opponent's game plan other than they mulled to 6. Maybe we just bottom Cryptic. Well, so... No, I think I bottom the Blood Sun here, because Tail's End is how we're going to get this Lotus Field into play on turn 3. And if I'm not casting this Blood Sun, I think it's almost definitely going to be a liability as we go along. That said, if we get Thoughtseize, then I'm going to be like, duh, stupid idiot. Should have kept the thing. Triple Spirebluff. Yikes. Clearly, you should have kept the Blood Sun, because Blood Sun... Spirebluff, quality synergy. Neoform, it could be. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time. How good is Tail's End against that deck? Or do I jam a Cleansing Wildfire here? I can't jam a Cleansing Wildfire here. They will dodge, so we'll just pass the turn. If they crack one of their Waterlogged Groves here, I'm going to Tail's End it. Just saying. I was going to say bottom Blood Sun, but that sounds like a problem for a medical professional. I don't know. Do I just keep holding up mana here? It seems wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to play Lotus Field at Tail's End here. Or we could just... We're going to have to go Shields down at some point against whatever nonsense this is. Yeah, so... Yeah, Tail's End counters a Gristlebrand activation, which I guess is the best you can hope for. I don't know why anyone would play Neoform, though, with Oops All Spells out there. It is the same kind of deck, and it's super, super obnoxious. Yeah, we just go Shields down now. If they don't do whatever they're trying to do over there right now, then we're good. They could also assume that we are a Force of Negation deck. Oh, it might be Oops. No, it can't be Oops. They're playing lands. Okay, well, whatever they're playing, we just won the game, I'm pretty sure. I bet they're not playing basics. They are playing basics. What am I against here? Well, whatever it is, I'm going to pass the turn. Oops, some lands. Oops, mostly spells. Could still be Neo. I guess. We're in the 1-2 bracket. It shouldn't be that dumb, whatever it is. Okay. Taking bets. Taking bets. We definitely need... We definitely need the soundboard up. That's what I realized. Which is coming up now. Should be coming up now. Started playing Turn Timber for Allosaurus. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, baby, I know it.
There we go. Just making sure that's working. It's on my upkeep. Okay. So they're going to try to kill me? No, it's fine. Turn Timber and Allosaurus. I don't care how you spell it. I understood what you meant. There should be a U in Saurus, but that's the only thing you missed. S-A-U. Sauras. I care about the way people pronounce things more than I care about the way people spell things. But that's because I'm a pronunciation stickler and I'm terrible at spelling. So basically, I'm a hypocritical asshole. You know, a nerd. Okay. Do I want to go shields down to play Teferi here? I don't even think I do. I think we just go shields up against the nonsense. And, like, we can end of turn bounce one of their lands, I guess. Just jam a Cryptic down their throat. They had an upkeep stop, though. Like, I'm kind of convinced that they could go off at instant speed. Whatever they're playing. We could go Bolt. Snap Bolt. We'll definitely fire off a Bolt now, and then I guess we go Snap Bolt next turn with Cryptic as backup. If this is some variety of Neo brand, messing with their life total is certainly valuable. Yeah, okay, it's got to be some kind of Neo brand. It's ridiculous. Tef untaps lands. I just don't want to tap that low, because... Okay, you know what? It's Neo brand. We're just wasting time by not jamming this Teferi. I'm playing way too safe. Way too safe, he says as he loses the game. No, we made it. Okay. I just assumed that because my opponent is still playing this game... What card do people most often mispronounce? I've heard a lot of people saying Scourge of the Skyclaves as Scourge. Yeah, I mean, Scourge or Scourge. I've heard Scourge, which I don't object to. But it's Scourge of the Skyclaves. Alright, so we'll go Tail's End, Mystical Dispute, Teferi. We just take out all the bolts. I think that's where we're at. Gifts Ungiven. People mispronounce Gifts Ungiven? Oh, well, okay, so Uro... GIFs Ungiven. Uro's a made-up thing, right? Uro's a name, and like proper names, like that's just whatever we agree as a group, because Wizards has been really bad about releasing pronunciation guides. Oh, we want Aether Gust here too. I still want to keep some number of Cleansing Wildfire. So I really hate the pronunciation Euro, but I can't actually tell people they're wrong, like, because they're not. It's a made-up fantasy name. So like the thing that I really hate is like when people pronounce a fantasy name that's clearly spelled differently from an English word, and they'll pronounce it like the English word it's similar to. And to me, the point of like why they would misspell it is so that you pronounce it differently, right? But I know for a fact that Thalia is Talia. Like, I've met a real life Talia, and it's spelled with an H. And so it almost definitely should be Talia, but I can't not say Thalia because there's a freaking H in it. So, I don't know. All right, Snap Keep. We've got the card. We've got the only card we need. I have mulled to 4 against Neobrand before with a hand that only had Force, and I did win that game. I think we keep this. Oh, this is really bad. Keep this, chuck the Wildfire, hope we draw a blue. No, we got a mulligan. Yeah, there we go. That's the best hand we've seen so far. So we just go ditch Teferi, probably ditch the Blood Sun, hope we do well with this. Hope they don't turn one us, because we could have mulled to 4, but I'm only playing 2 Force of Negations, or Spike built this deck with 2 Force of Negations. I had nothing to do with this deck formulation. I don't think I ever would have gotten to the level of insanity to build this deck, much less go with such an amazing win record as he's done with it. So anyway, there are not as many. Okay, that's pretty good. There are not as many Force of Negations as I would probably want to play because I hate losing to decks like Neobrand. But then that's the thing with about Oops All Spells is that they are force proof. Okay. All right. It's about as insane as I am with my Legacy deck, maybe a tad less so. Send me your list. I want to see what that is. If it's anything like as insane as this, like that's got to be worth seeing. Summoner's Pact resolves. So when they Eldritch Evolution and I Aether Gust it, is that going to be game? I think so. I wonder if they have Neoform and Veil of Summer. Oh, maybe they have Pact? Yeah. Okay. Good luck, opponent. You're gonna need it. I'll be back in a second while they kill me. Did I die? What the hell? They're only... Oh no, okay. I was like, I was misreading which one was their hand and which one was their deck. Alright. Should be super dead here. Wait. They can't do it with Thassa's Oracle. They need one more mana for the... They need one more mana to play... Lab Man. I wonder if the last 5 cards of their deck contains all their remaining Simian Spirit Guides. Come on, you need one more. Did you get it? You totally didn't. You totally didn't, and you're going to die. Casts Serum Visions. Okay, but that puts you down a mana. That can't put you up 2. See, this is the thing I liked about Neobrand, though, is so often when I played against them, they would just whiff. Like, they would combo, and then they'd be like, oops, I lost. Whereas Oops All Spells, as soon as they hit their combo, it's over 100% of the time. I've not seen them fizzle yet, and it's almost impossible. Plus, if they know how they're playing their deck, they will know if they would fizzle by what's in their hand. So... But they usually play, I think it's 2 Creeping Chills and 4 Vengevines. So that's 22 damage, which is almost always enough in Modern. They sometimes play more Creeping Chills, but... So... Yay, magic! I believed in you, opponent. I knew you could win. Soul Seras. So I would like to play more Legacy than I'm currently playing. Oh my god, this is already sweet. Is this deck any good? Because I would play this. Sultai Loam Pox. Sultai Pox Loam. It's playing Uro. I'm so in. Wow, look at that price disparity. Tabletop, $11,571. MTGO, $45. Good lord. So the Tabernacle and the Mox Diamond. Holy shit, the Mox Diamonds. They're like 525 USD each. Jesus Christ. If you don't love it, it's not worth playing, but it's a fine deck. It does well with a lot of effort to sequence and play correctly. I like that, though. I like things with a steep learning curve. Okay, we're on the draw. There's no companion to help us out. I think this is not going to be good enough. This hand doesn't have a plan other than hit more lands. And even then, we also need to hit a Blood Sun or a Tail's End. This has mana. Lots and lots of mana. Or the draw. How different is it than the normal Legacy Lands deck? I don't know what the current versions of Legacy lands looks like, so I couldn't tell you. 4-color loam. Yeah, I mean it's closer to that without punishing fires, right? You're not playing red. I think I should go to 5 on this. In the dark. Because this hand has no action? Or do we just believe that we're going to draw action? That's so... We've hit so many aggro decks so far. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to keep this hand. I know Roy will be mad at me. But I'm going to assume that my opponent's going to respect the blue mana. No, I feel like doing something unexpected, so I might just... I mean, Sol Seras. If you are going to be up for a while, I might give your deck a go after this. Yes, Roy, I know. Look, we were immediately punished, so I won't do it again. Not running Exploration or Chalice. As far as I understand it, Chalice is not well positioned right now, so that's probably okay. Oh, this might be a mirror match. Or it might be Oops. Or Belcher. It's probably Belcher. Let's draw Cleansing Wildfire. That's not it. So we go Flagstones, and then we just front on them. Yo, you ain't gonna try to kill me. I got blue mana up. You can't beat a player with blue mana up. Do they all have Oko? They mostly have Oko, but it depends on... Yikes! Okay. Whew. That's a paddling. Playing the Blood Moon, that's a paddling. Cycle Bloodstone. I would like to draw basic, please. Or Cleansing Wildfire. Just anything I could play, please. Joke's on them, we've got Bloodstone. Yeah. Belcher. No kidding. Alright. Cleansing Wildfire into Cleansing Wildfire? Would have been sweet. Concession, I guess, is fine. Yeah, that was a whole thing. So, Aether Gust, huh? Tail's End, maybe? Time Raveler, maybe. Don't need that. Don't need these. Probably want Time Raveler. Yeah, well, Chalice is still good against Delver because of, like, Dreadhorde Arcanist is largely useless as long as there's a Chalice in play. Holy shit, dude. That's rockin'. Oh, what's up, Trip 6? It's been going fine. The deck is slightly clunky. Don't we want all our Tails Ends? Yeah, I think so. Because we can fizzle a Belcher activation. We can... Oh, I've won the game off of fizzling a... I've won the game off of fizzling my opponent's... what the hell's the card called? Reforge the Soul Miracle trigger. So that's pretty hot. That's hot. Yeah. I think I'm happy with this. I think I could trim one Blood Sun to get like the Shark Typhoon back. The other reason I'm doing that is because Shark Typhoon pitches to Force. I want my blue count reasonably high. Can they beat Emperion? Yeah, they shoot the Emperion and then they shoot me. I mean, it buys me a turn, but I don't know if that's worth doing. They have the fastest. Well, they might have the fastest kill. The thing about the Oops decks and the Belcher deck is that they can sideboard between each other's plans kind of freely. Like, not fully freely, but kind of freely. So you really don't know how they're going to try to kill you. Okay, so this hand is basically perfect, so keep. This hand is insane. This is... If they win this game, I would be shocked. I would put a ludicrous amount of money on me to win this game. I would put a whole pitcher on it, Roy. A whole pitcher. And if you don't take the bet, then I actually feel good about the keep. You wouldn't bet me? Or you wouldn't bet if you were me? Hey, look. Hey, look, I get to play Stone Rain for 2 mana, the cantrips. Gross. I want to see the Oops All spell players that boards in a single basic. Your top of honey is damaged. Valakut Sanctuary, sure. So... do I bother time raveling in here? So if I time ravel here, I still have force, and they can't, they won't be able to force through the time raveler. So if they have some kind of interaction for my Cryptic Command on the next turn, they won't be able to play it. What interactions do these deck play? I can't tell you. Like they play wild stuff, dude. Sometimes they play rituals, sometimes they play veils, sometimes they play like you just kind of don't like. I've seen some of the lists, but I've seen so many of them be tweaked all over the place. So sometimes they play Pact of Negation because they are Pact of Negation is like the most common one, I think. Veil is also fairly common because they need to protect themselves from discard and counters. And it's basically a green-red core combo deck. Like, I know we saw a blue land last game, but that's because they have to have a certain number of lands of almost every color. But they're probably playing some blue spells in their 75 because we saw the mythic. Maybe not, because it's the mythic. No, it depends, because I've seen them... I've seen this deck sideboard into the Balustrade Spy thing in some fashion, but maybe it's to win with Oracle, so I'm not sure. I've seen them do weird stuff. Like, I probably should know more about it than I do, but I've been kind of lazy about keeping up properly. So we can't play Cryptic, and this comes into play tapped. I may have made a mistake somewhere. I definitely made a mistake somewhere. Plus that. So we've got Aether Gust and Force, though, so that should be more than enough. But I can't tap off of blue. So we probably just go... I've got to play a tap blue source of some kind this turn. Yeah. Oh, Balustrade Spy lets you mill through your entire deck. And so they'll do that into an instant kill. But I think Belcher can't actually rebuild itself by that much. So they probably just add Thassa's Oracle and go slower. All right. I think we'll do Flagstones because it thins. So we'll go float one, play Flagstones, keep the untapped one. Yes, I would like to search. And we'll just get a Ketria Triome. No, Raugrin Triome. That's the name of that one. I think we just pass here. So we've got Aether Gust and Force. And then next turn... Oh, we could also Serum Visions at the end of their turn if they don't play anything this turn, so... Actually, we're quite well positioned. Just would like to hit my triple blue. Spike's Flagfire deck had the same problem as this one, where it is very ambitious resolves. I guess I could have Aether Gusted just to, like, time walk them there. That was probably correct. But I guess they still have a land drop, so I don't really want to... I don't want to counter anything that's not relevant if I don't have to. If I let the first one go, I'm going to let this one go. Because if I can get out of this turn without playing Aether Gust, then I get to Serum Visions and try to get an untapped land or a untapped blue. Untapped land will let me play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. They just let the mana burn off, huh? Okay. Would like untapped blue, please. Because we'll go top. Oh, it doesn't matter that I top the Valakut, because what I'm going to end up doing this turn is triggering my Flagstones. Though I don't have anything to spend the mana on. But then again, I don't... No, we're going to play Lotus Field this turn. We're just going to float the mana off into the sunset. I mean, our other option is play Spirebluff, and then we have Gust, Force. But I don't really think I need that. I think that's excessive. I think we could just play Lotus Field this turn and then Teferi next turn. Would I like to play two? Oh, fat fingered it. Paid 2 life for no reason. I was gonna make the joke about it asking me to pay 2 life when it's not relevant, but then I made it relevant. So when you misclick, that's when it's relevant. Shatter Skull, the Hammer Pass, Defense Grid. That's a legal Magic the Gathering card. So I have to force this. I'll do it with Aether Gust. And then if they Veil me, I Aether Gust the Veil. Or if they try to start ritualing off... Oh, they can't Veil me. I have the Teferi in play still. This card is obnoxious. Still, I think this is fine. Because next turn we get to play Hero of Dominaria and have Cryptic up. Dear opponent, you are not allowed to interact, so I don't know what you're doing.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
BJTK. The most easy to pronounce name in all of Twitch. Oh, cool. The Vlog. I'm going to choose to pronounce the name as if it's Klingon. So... shouldn't have played the Spirebluff before I untap with Teferi. So already punting, you know, how we do. So, yeah. We're going to need to be pretty careful on this turn. But again, we've got the Time Raveler, so... So if they play another Defense Grid... So do I just jam my Aether Gust into this? No, because they could have Ritual, Ironcrag, Belcher. So I gotta let that resolve. I can only afford to counter things that are 100% relevant. And our out are like deep. Okay, so we can pay for Aether Gust through Defense Grid and then just Teferi bounce it on our turn. So that's the plan. They still can't play any kind of interaction for our Aether Gust. So assuming that they're relying on a red or green spell in order to get their Belcher out, we can beat this. So we have 5 mana. Bipolar Junction Transistor plus a K. Neat. Okay, so this is the thing where we just pick that off. Is it possible they can win through that? Yeah, it's possible, but very unlikely. They could have monkey, ritual. Would that be enough? No, they didn't have enough cards. Monkey, ritual, Iron Crag. But if they had monkey, ritual, they could play Belcher, but not activate it. That could have been their line there. Also, saying monkey, ritual multiple times is fun. I suggest you try it sometime. Dear viewer. But don't take my word for it. Alright, so we're getting 4 mana back EOT. Probably just play Serum Visions. Flagstones. We'll go bottom. So we're going to Cryptic counter the Defense Grid. If they have circle, dot, they might have their cootie shot. Roy, I hope we all get our cootie shot soon. So I get 3 mana off of Lotus Field here. I guess I can jam Awakening. You know what? I'm gonna. We're gonna play Valakut Awakening. We're gonna take out Teferi, Flagstones. Keep the Shark Typhoon. So we get to draw 3. Boing. I don't. I'm an anti-vaxxer. I'm not. Good choices. Okay, so if they play Defense Grid again, I guess we could just play through it with Cryptic. Sorceress? Yeah. Sorceress does sound like Sorceress if you say it quick. Sorceress. Sorceress of the Seven Seas. I command you. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. Why don't I just Cryptic them through it? I guess the worst thing that could happen is they could just play... Oh, did they mean for their... They didn't mean to play that Spikefield Cave, I'm assuming. I think we just let this resolve, though, right? Because I can play through it, and... 8 mana, so all I can play is Cryptic. If I Cryptic it, though, and they've got 3 mana, so if they have Ritual, Iron Crag, Belcher, we get to Tails End the Belcher activation, and then Teferi tuck it on our turn, which buys us a bunch of time. So, yeah, let's just counter this and draw a card. Boing. Huh. Wild. Yep. Here it comes. That's a big gun. Misfire! Whoop. Nope. Don't want to do that. Okay, so the real question is, do I tuck the Belcher, or do I just Tails End it again? I mean, we're gonna tuck it, but still, I feel like it was worth entertaining. Okay, so that is third from the top. Third from the top. Okay, we win. Okay. Game 3. Okay. Is there anything I want to change? No, not really. I almost want Nexus of Fate, but I don't. We're good. Well, it says no interaction, but Serum Visions is quality. They mull to 6. I'm keeping. Am I keeping? I'm keeping. Serum Visions is so important to the way this deck plays out. Not the best draw. There we go. I would like both those cards, thank you. Dose. Let's hope they have 7 lands. We have almost 7 lands. That seems fair. To be fair, they also, though, they play a lot of lands in their deck. I want to say it's like 26 or 28. It's just none of them are actual lands. They're all spell lands. I think they normally play quite a large number. I'm not sure. I could probably rattle off a good chunk of that deck list. Because they play 4 copies of the green 3 CMC sorcery. It's 2 in a green, and it lets them stack their deck. Because they're supposed to look for... My mind was blown when I learned how Belcher worked. I enjoyed when Damon of the Faithless Brewing podcast was trying to explain what happened, or like how Belcher worked. And he's like, it doesn't matter because it just kills you. My casual mono-red Belcher deck had me... Oh, you mean the Belcher decks? Yeah, that they play with no lands so that they just deal X equal to the number of lands they flipped. Oh, yeah, okay, so there's the Recross the Paths. So they get to stack their deck entirely. What is likely to happen is they're going to put Reforge the Soul on the very top. That's a Miracle Wheel of Fortune. So, but we have Aether Gust on top, so we're going to Aether Gust it and hope that that resolves. It is also still possible we win even if they get it. Okay, so they stacked 11 cards. So they had the Reforge. They had a 7-card hand that's probably sculpted to perfection. Shit, they know about the Aether Gust. Whatever. I mean... They'll have a 7-card hand that's absolutely perfect. Which probably includes multiple Manamorphos, so they can draw the 3 more cards that they stacked underneath the 7. So this is the Reforge, yeah. They need to have specifically like Pact here because I'm going to Gust this, but I guess that lets them go for it again next turn. But then we could Tails End it that time. So, well, first we got to see if this goes. If they have Pact, we're screwed. Yeah, okay. So then they have to have stacked this properly. And also we could have ripped a Pact here. We didn't. We're probably just dead on turn 3. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't PL Force. Well, they should have had a Veil in there. If they had done that right, they would have had Veil in there. All right, that's game. And that is our league. So 2 and 3 obviously had a rough go against Taxes there. We had a really close one in the beginning. I mean, we didn't lose a single match where we didn't win a game. and most of them felt like they came down to the wire, so that was pretty sweet. So, I mean, I don't have anything that I could really suggest as improvements for this deck because Spike is a hell of a brewer. I think if you want to play this deck excellently, you have to know it inside and out and all the ways to play the matchup, and I think you have to have the kind of confidence that he has in Settle the Wreckage. That would have been really good in the Taxes matchup, and I just didn't have faith in it because I'm just so used to, if I know I have Settle the Wreckage, my opponent knows I have Settle the Wreckage, which is obviously ridiculous. Like, that's not how that works at all, but that's how my brain works around it. Like, you know, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, making it possible for you to play 4 CMC spells off of your 2 lands is insane. It's really, really cool. Maybe 1 more Force. Yeah, I think I'd rather play 1 or 2 more Forces. I just don't know where you'd tweak numbers anywhere. And like, I feel like the 75 could use 1 more Cleansing Wildfire. But like, what is, you know... Because if we had a Cleansing Wildfire at the end of that game, we could have knocked down one of their lands. What's the function of the Nexus? I think it helps you in games that are really going long. It helps you beat Mill, although not a big time. Yeah, I think it's for beating like Field of the Dead decks and the Infinite Life combo, but you really don't need it for that. So maybe, yeah, you know what? I would probably cut the Nexus and not miss it until I lost some game because I didn't have 1 of Nexus. But yeah, you know what? I probably would want to cut that. I would want to cut it though. Like, we played it at least once during this league against Ad Nauseam, and it wasn't particularly relevant. Board Nexus, but I don't know what you'd really board it in against. Isn't that, if you want to beat Mill, you play Gaia's Blessing or a Titan, right? We also had a rough go against the Burn deck. I think that was one of our losses where we never drew Madcap Experiment, period. Or maybe that was when I was playing this in the previous league to practice it. Anyway, certainly sweet, lots of fun. Kudos to Mr. Everett. You are a baller brewer. So I am going to hit the break here, and I think we're going to come back with that awesome Legacy deck from Solzaras. Nexus is a bit more obnoxious than you'd think, but yeah, for Mill. I mean, it can be the more, like, the lower the deck gets. And then assuming you have enough mana to play it, then you just start taking infinite turns once they've milled you too far. So, yeah, I can see that. But, yeah. Yeah, sweet deck, good time. I definitely would need to watch Spike play it a lot more to see more of the ins and outs of it, but I am excited to see if he's able to do well with it in the challenge this weekend, because he said he was locking himself in on playing it. Cool, so we're going to come back with some Legacy stuff. So I'm going to get the cards shifted around so you can listen to some tunes. If you are watching this on YouTube, you hit that like button, you smash that subscribe button, and you can check out the next video, which is going to be a Legacy video, or you can check out some of my many other modern videos. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. Oh, no, I'm definitely going to ask questions about the deck as we go. Oh, no, I'm just going to throw it together. I'm sure you know what you did. I'm sure you know what you done did.